Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
Go.
Okay. So this is a little video on how to write fear inventory. So you're going to need a couple of things. Pad, pen, timer if you want to set one. So here's the structure of the format. You're going to take your pen, you're going to take your pad of paper, and you're going to write, God, I'm resentful at my mom because I have fear that I'm a bad daughter. I have fear I'll always act like a child. I have fear I can't speak my truth. I have fear I'll be obnoxious. And you can write for 15 minutes, you can write for 20 minutes, sometimes you can write for an hour. But you're gonna write until you've exhausted the list. So a resentment means you're resending a thought, positive or negative, through your mind. You had a makeout, it was amazing, you can't stop thinking about it. Your boyfriend didn't call on your birthday, you're pissed off, you keep thinking about it, but it's a place your mind's gotten looped, and again and again and again and again you keep thinking about this thing. So what the inventory does is it allows you to take all of those thoughts and all of that fear and put it down on paper. It's awesome. My recommendation is write in the same voice that you hear in your head. So for example, if you're writing on your mom and you're like, you know, I have fear that I want to tell my mom to fuck off, you want to write that. Or I have fear that I can't be tender and vulnerable. Or I have fear that I'm a bad person. Or I have fear that I'm a bad daughter. Or I have fear that I'm going to get crazy and angry and fly off the handle. You want to get it down on paper. The more honest and succinct you can be, the better. So you'll write for a period of time. I recommend when you start out, at least for 15 minutes. You can go up to an hour. When you are done, so you feel like you have exhausted your list, you're going to say at the end, you're actually going to write it out. God, I ask you to remove these fears. I pray only for knowledge of your will for us and your power to carry that out for myself and whoever it was that showed up in the resentment list. So could be your mom, could be your boyfriend. It could be an idea or a thought or an institution. So it could be, you know, the idea of relationships or, you know, you're resentful at jealousy or whatever it is. You're going to write it down and then you're going to say thank you at the end. So that's the first step. The second step is to then call a neutral party. So definitely not the person you wrote inventory on, but a friend who's open, who can listen, who's not going to be attached to anything you say. Could be a mentor, could be a coach. If you're working with your coach, they're the best person. You're going to call and you're going to read it. They're going to say thank you, and then you're going to rip it up and you're going to throw it away. That's it.